This is my first time doing. I am an expert.
Yeah, Biggie had a unreschedulable meeting today, so that's why he isn't here. That's okay. I'm currently parsing solutions.
Mm-hmm.
There are 36 scoring players. Yeah. And our first category is cycles times unbonders.
Ooh, we're starting with that one first. All right.
Yes. Copy all of this and paste it here. Week 5. And the week 5 puzzle. Oh, it should be in here already. Okay. Alrighty. I have to go and now take a look at a whole bunch of screens. I don't have enough screen space. Alright, let's see here. So this is AGC Solutions. I need to look for my CUAG. That's what I'm calling it. CUAG. For cycles times unbonders area gold.
Quag.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna say I'm gonna have to block my Discord, so I can't be looking at the what is it called? Can't be looking at the Zachtronics Discord, yeah. Because I have to put my Excel spreadsheet somewhere. Alright, so let's just jump into number 5. Calm Before the Storm. Alright. Do you want to introduce this puzzle, or should I do that?
I'll give it a go. Keep in mind that I'm seeing the stream a little bit behind.
Oh,
but
yes.
I'll go.
Hold up a sec. Let me share that to. Let me stream.
Oh, that's right. I can watch your screen through
Here
Discord.
Yes.
There we go. Watch stream. Fancy. Alrighty. So this week the puzzle is a little bit more regular, in the sense that it's less fantastical in what we need to do. We have a single molecule with lead, copper, tin, and iron all bonded to each other with max bonds. And the goal is to disassemble this, create tin and copper, and bond them all together to create these infinite outputs that are 12 atoms long. The second category we'll be looking at today is area gold cycles, which is a kind of like standard, more regular kind of a metric. And so for a more standard looking puzzle with a more standard looking metric will be a nice refreshing breath for people this week, especially because it's been getting hectic with the tournament and stuff. But the first category we're going to be looking at will be cycles times the number of unbonders we have, and then area, and then gold, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so this is cycles times unbonders to area, then gold. Now, I picked this metric because I remember the last tournament there was a... what was it? What was it? I think it was bonder throughput. But this time it's unbonder throughput. So the metric is set up so that your score, which you're trying to minimize, is cycles times the number of unbonders that you use. Now, this gets complicated because the thing about unbonding glyphs is that they're actually very different than bonding glyphs. I think either Starfish or Biggie Mac, probably both of them, like they told me something along the lines of, this is kind of a horrible puzzle to optimize, because with bonders you can can be constantly holding on to just like one side, and you can like rotate and like or like move off, like if you had like a chain and you just keep on bonding stuff to the end every cycle, like it's not too terribly bad. But with unbonders, you have to be holding onto both things at the same time. So to get maximum throughput, you can really only approach this using sliding motion. Yeah. So that's why this puzzle got really hard. Another thing is, half of the difficulty of this thing is actually, it's not completely my fault this time. I say that because Shadow Cluster and we were talking about, okay, should the output just be like single atoms and we just say you need 12 of each, or do we make them polymers, or like infinite outputs? And he okayed the polymers, so it's not 100% my fault this time. Yeah, I had an earlier solution to this puzzle that was just the single atoms one, but yeah. Anyway,
I think having it be polymers makes it a bit more interesting.
We'll see about that. All right, so we're gonna start to go into the solutions now. MP only sent me an area solution, so we're gonna skip that, and we'll see that later. Same with guilty bystander. And coming up next is Steven.
Oh yeah, Steven. Show us what you got. Oh. I want to see some spinning. Oh. Only lead. Beautiful. And I see, I want to see this big stick swing later. Come on.
Okay, people keep asking. Is Mr. Puzzle? Mr. Puzzle is commentating this week because Biggie Mac has an unreschedulable meeting.
And if you're curious why Mr. Puzzle has not shown up in the Discord chat, that is because in Discord I am Isaac.was, because that's my name, because that's my Steam name, and I joined Discord because of Steam, not because of Reddit. So
it's okay, these swings already making my computer slideshow. Okay.
Oh, he didn't swing the big stick.
Nah. Well, I mean, this one kind of is. Alright, 711 area, 413 cycles, and I only see one bonder, one debonder. So this is actually a score of
413 on the
413. Yeah.
And it's less area than mine was, if I remember right.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
All right, coming up next, Cupiola. Okay, here it is. All right, 1, 2, 3 unbonders.
All right.
So
okay.
Yeah, so this solution does use the lead and iron to make more. That's pretty fast.
Nice. So 189.
Yes.
60. Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
So this is pretty fast, which is a good thing. The unfortunate thing is because Cupiola is using 3D bonders, it does get penalized a lot. And you can see that each debonder is only being used, very sparingly in terms of when they're proccing.
Yeah, they are sitting unused a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like how the copper and tin stay together until right at the end.
Yes. Yeah, it's a very elegant solve, as in everything is pretty simple and you can see everything working together. But unfortunately, it does not make good use of the debonders, which was a focal point of this puzzle.
Yep, and as we mentioned before, keeping them occupied is tricky.
Mm-hmm. It is very tricky.
With bonders, you can use wands and stuff, but on bonders.
Coming up next, anime. Another 3 debonder solution. This one finishes in 38 cycles.
Ooh.
So, even faster.
104. No.
Wait, it's 152. It's 152. Wait. I'm missing... it's 4 debonders. Sorry, yeah. It's 4 debonders. But 38 cycles is 152.
Oh, where's the fourth bonder?
The fourth bonder is right here.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, so it goes... Yeah, so unfortunately, this bonder is being used only once every 4 cycles, I think? 24... okay, so it's 29, 32, 35. Okay, so this one's being used once every 3 cycles. But the other bonders are... Yeah. Yeah, this middle bonder here is being used 21, 24. Yeah, this is a once every 3 cycle loop that's going on. So I think... Yeah, this debonder here is the only one that's used... I think that one's used twice out of every 3 cycles.
1, 2, 3. Yep.
Yeah, and everything else is 1 out of 3. All right.
3 is pretty good.
Yeah. Really fast and relatively compact. The only problem is it's 4 debonders, and that does penalize this a lot. So,
Yeah.
Coming up next, Communist Mountain. 4 debonders. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very smooth. 34 cycles.
And compact.
This one is very compact, actually. I like this. I like this opinion of double arms. It's very neat.
Oh yeah, kind of like the hex arms from the previous one that Utobi mentioned in the chat. Smooth.
Yeah. So that is a score of 136. I think from here we move away from 4 debonder solutions. So we've still got quite a ways to go. Coming up next is F. Cavalierne. 2 debonders. So, Kupioala, you were wondering about how to use the debonders more often, and this is one way to do it. By rotating these things, you can actually use debonders like every single cycle, but doing this is difficult. Because when you debond something by rotating, the issue is you have to wait an extra cycle to grab onto your other atom that you just dropped, because you can't rotate onto you can't grab both atoms and rotate at the same time unless the arms were literally like on top of each other. So
Yep. When you're trying to do several debonds one after the other in a row, you either need to well, the molecule's not big enough for swinging to help much. So you either got to be pivoting something or you got to be sliding something. And the problem is that when you pivot, you can only have one hand on it. And every time you break a molecule into multiple molecules, you introduce regrabs.
Mm-hmm. Of course, the one solution to that would be to grab onto all the atoms at the beginning, but you can't do that for anything that involves rotating.
Right. And Goodbye Galaxy brings up a good point. That specific snippet of conversation was about maximizing a debonder's usage, which can be helpful in maximizing throughput and cycles, but I don't understand why with one arm length's arm can't rotate with both atoms attached to one track.
Yeah, circular versus linear motion is not... Yeah, so for example, are you talking about, like, doing this and that at the same time? The reason why is because this thing is making an arc like this, and number 2 is going straight like that. But what you can do... Yeah, what you can do is you can do both of them sliding at the same time. You can grab onto the same atom. In fact, you can do this for like any number of arms if you actually really wanted to. Like that. That's valid.
And we might be seeing more of that later.
Another thing that you can do is when both of these things are held onto the same... if they rotate both at the same time in the same direction, it does not crash.
Pivot, but yeah.
Or yeah, if you pivot in the same direction and both arms are holding onto the same atom, it's okay. If it's just one of them, it will crash. And if you're doing in opposite directions, it will crash. Wait, what? Whoa, what?
Circles are not lines. More news at 8.
Wait a second. Wait a second. I think we just found a bug.
Oh, what? Okay, wait. They're pivoting. Wait, okay, hold on. Wait a second. One's clock. What?
Okay.
Welcome to the debugging Opus Magnum live stream. Finding bugs in real time. No, okay, so they're pivoting in opposite directions and it's not crashing it? What?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, switch them. Okay, now change the arm order so 1 and 2 are swap numbers. What?
I think it's the arm has to be placed down first.
What is this?
Okay, well...
What is this?
Okay, well, we found that, there's issues. Okay, let's pretend, okay, I'm just gonna say this, we just found a new problem with, a new bug in Opus Magnum.
Woo!
Yeah, live stream, bug finding, it's great. Because I don't think anyone has actually tried to do this before, apparently.
Alright, so if you've solved week 6 already and are bored, you got something new to play with for the next 2 weeks.
I was gonna say, please don't do this for any tournament. This is a bug. It's not intended to be used.
Hold on. I can't think of...
Okay, so this still crashes.
If you find a cool use for it, please share it in the Discord.
Yeah, I don't think it would be anything useful at all, but still, Yeah, this is
Maybe
an interesting development.
Maybe in an instruction solve? That's a good point, Goodbye Galaxy. Oh man, how does this work?
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we
Okay,
can talk more
the
about this
point
later.
the point we were trying to say is that sliding and rotating are two different types of motion. And what I was going to say is I believe under the hood, what the simulation checks for is whether a molecule has competing movement requests. So, like if you translate in the same direction, that's the same kind of movement request, and so it'll go through with it. Whereas if you have a slide and a rotate, that's two different type of movement requests. And instead of trying to resolve it in some priority order like Infinifactory does, the game engine just stops and says, "Don't do that." You can pivot in two different directions. What is this even?
I don't know if you can actually use it for anything, even in an instruction solution, because if you're holding onto the thing in both with both arms, so far as I can tell, it prioritizes one arm over the other, so I don't think it's conditional at all. So I don't think it's really usable in anything. So anyway,
But it might be.
Mutos is coming up next.
Mutos.
Yes, so this is actually I think this is a new contestant. So
Yeah, the name is unfamiliar to me.
let's see here. One debonder.
Oh.
This is almost once every 2 cycles. It's a little bit painful because it could be faster.
There's a lot of regrabbing.
Yes, there is. And there's that.
Oh yeah. Okay. I think a little bit of time could have been saved if 1 and 2 could have been combined in some way, maybe. But as it stands, the layout, I don't see an easy way to combine them without shuffling everything around, and that's not. Because one pivots it in, 2 slides it.
I think that's all that 1 does. Let's see here. I'm just gonna take a look for this solution. So number 5 moves it up there once, and then returns. Theoretically, you could put number 5 over here, and just move it down right before arm 12, because they're not conflicting there. And then arm 1 can do this rotate, slide, and whatever.
Maybe you could combine 5 and 11. My guess is 5 passes stuff off.
Yeah, there's a lot of sparse arm usage here. You can see in the instruction tape that there's spaces everywhere, and there's a lot of arms that can be combined in the solution, but I leave that as an exercise to the viewer. Anyway, but yeah, I think this is your first entry to the Opus Magnum tournament, so I bid you a warm welcome, and I hope you stay for the rest of the tournament.
Nice single debonder solution. Have we seen a 2 debonder solution yet?
I think so. This is our Titans, and this one is 2 debonders.
Ah, parallel.
Indeed.
Interesting.
And lots of trash. You're supposed to try to, clean up your trash,
You know, if you do that, Rivari's going to come in and get mad at the wire going all over the place. Oh, wait. I'm not going to harp you too bad for trash. Because I looked at this problem and I similarly thought, I'm just going to use no purifier.
Coming up next. Notice the first time is 5 cycles for the loop and 4 cycles after that. Wait, what?
I think that's for grabbing the trash. No. Setup? I'm gonna guess setup.
It's... I'm not sure.
Because you gotta hand off the first half ring of trash to the triangle track fellows.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what Arm 5 does or something. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Interesting.
Wait, I could make that video bigger by making my Discord bigger. Yeah, there we go.
Discoveries. Coming up next, Guzumi.
Guzumi 1. And he's using the lead and the iron.
Yeah, so you can see here that he is doing a lot of sliding motion here to debond a bunch, and then some rotating here, and then it just slides off. That was actually kind of fast for what this is, to be honest. Let's watch that again. It's a single debonder.
Using the hex arms to grab all 4 of the atoms for those final 2 debonds. Really good idea. That's saving a lot of grab and re-grab times.
Mm-hmm. Pretty cool. What's that piece of track for, though? Which one? Are you talking about Arm 1? Because it needs to move around that to navigate around the debonder. And for Arm 2, it's to get the arm out of the way so that when it does this, it doesn't crash into the arm.
Yeah.
And everything else is just movement. Coming up next, Topo Mouse. Kind of similar. There's really good debonder throughput usage here with the rotating, because that's 1 cycle per debond. And then there's a little bit of a delay here as... Ooh, yeah, there's an extra cycle of delay there. If there was an extra arm to grab onto this iron, it could have been moved over 1 cycle earlier. But other than that, I mean, it's pretty good.
Yeah. 84.
Coming up next, JoJo.
Single.
Okay, yeah, he's waiting for the swing on Arm 3 to complete before he can swing that over, or else it'll crash. The single debonder thing here, it's going pretty well, actually. But again, this is still not incredibly great usage. This is at 82 cycles. You can see there's times there are gaps in this. Hello, welcome, Mutos. Am I pronouncing your name right? If I'm not, please tell me how to pronounce it. There's a Pokemon?
Mewtwo.
Oh.
Mewtwo.
Coming up next is Flame Haze.
Compact.
Yes, indeed. Better debonder usage, yes. There's still a decent amount of regrabs, but that's kind of... Is that unavoidable? I don't know about that, actually. Let's see here. This arm could have grabbed onto this and slid with that at the same time. So it is a little bit... Oh... Yeah. I don't know if it would make a difference in the end, because I think it is going pretty much at full latency, or full throughput anyway on this arm. So... I'm not entirely sure. It might be able to save like 6 cycles on this or not. Alright. So that was 80 cycles at 1 debonder. Coming up next. It's your solution.
Woohoo! You'll get to see some really excellent debonder usage if you ignore the setup. I was wondering when this would show up. Oh yeah, a lot of track. Choo choo. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is actually a thing that you can do. Except this is just gonna crash. Wait, why?
I don't know. Well, when I finished it, I thought it looked so much like a train, so I kept setting up train stuff. There's a choo-choo in the instruction tape somewhere. Yeah, there we go.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, when I first tackled this, my goal was using the debonder as much as possible. That wound up changing in. So to do that, I didn't use the purifier at all, and so I had a bunch of waste to take care of, and I needed to pull more molecules than some other people needed to. But on the flip side, the debonder is used most of the time.
Yeah, so right here it is being used every single cycle, which is maximum bonder throughput or debonder throughput. There is a little bit of a gap here where nothing is happening, and then this is 100% debonder throughput.
Ooh, Matter Monkey brings up something interesting. I'm adding unnecessary bonds. It's not increasing the debonder's workload. The bonds I introduce are not debonded later.
And there's a few cycles there before it brings it all the way back.
Yep.
So that's at 72. And we have 3 people tied. Coming up next.
3-way tie.
It's not completely tied, but 3 people got a primary metric tie.
3-way private, and I think that's really cool because it's product metric. Though I'm imagining that it's going to be single debonders from here on out.
Yeah, they're all single debonders from here on out. Yep, and coming up first is Chickens in the Attic. Yeah, so this is about as fast as you can go. Ooh. Oh, that last swing. Oh.
Good chunk. Gotta save that cycle. Oh, no, wait, hold up. Does that... Oh, yeah, 5 swings in. 6 swings in. Yeah. That's to save 1 juicy cycle.
Yep. 70 cycles. 285 gold cost. Which is,
That's kind of cheap.
pretty cheap, but, not very good on area, unfortunately. which was the next tiebreaker because I was trying to discourage big area swings like this. Unfortunate. But yeah. 70 cycles though. So we're starting to get down there.
Could be a slide instead. Maybe.
Let's see where that final swing is.
If you had 8 on the other side.
It's 5 and 6 right here.
I think you could slide it in. Put 5 and add track to 5 and 6. Reposition some things
No,
around.
the problem is 7.
You-
Does 7 only
you
do? Oh boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay, so you could have done something like this.
Right. The idea, chickens in the attic, is that if the bonder is horizontal, that we're going to slide the chain vertically off of the bonder instead of along the same direction.
And this could have
Yeah.
done
Slideways side.
Yeah, like this and plus,
Slideways.
and then 5. Uh, 8 can go. 5 can do this. 8 can go like that, and then just. Whoops. I messed something up. 8.
Oh, move 8 1 hex to the left. There we go.
Yeah.
Yep, like that.
So then you just do that, and then
All
95
right.
area.
Let's keep that in mind.
95 area. That would have actually mattered a lot. Oh. Coming up next is Monster Racer.
Looks like the debonder's going about as fast as it can.
Yeah, with the 70 and 104. Yeah, it would have mattered. It would have actually mattered. That is unfortunate.
I haven't seen the results, but I do know you said this was a 3-way tie, so it might matter even more.
It's possible. Yeah, so this one isn't. I don't think this one is as fast. I think the only reason for that is because it's waiting 2 cycles every single time. Because it's doing. It's detaching the atoms one by one with the pivoting motion instead of pivoting first and then sliding for the other ones.
Let's see.
Coming up next.
Why do we not put the product in the same line as the bonder?
So the product is actually unorientable. So I can't actually change this. Like I'm hitting A and D to try to swing this, but you can't actually change infinites. You cannot change the orientation of infinite outputs. It's a little bit weird.
The game code forces it to always point that way, so you got to rotate your solution instead of rotating the outputs.
Mm-hmm.
It would if we were able to rotate the outputs, we would be able to do interesting things like having copper point up and to the right and tin pointing straight to the right, which would significantly change what the solution space is for area solves.
So this one is Andrej K's solution. It's doing similar stuff with the debonding. And, it's another 104 area. But this one is 20 gold cheaper. So this one actually is the, other 70 area, 70 cycles times unbonders solution.
Primary tie, secondary tie.
Yes. Yeah, we have a tertiary tie for the first time. Yeah, Chickens in the Attic, you would have been the tie leader if you did not do that massive swing. Oof. Yeah, oof.
Type oof in chat.
Does this one actually... Oh, it does. Yeah, so this one, if this one was... This one could have been one cycle faster.
Oh, because of the swing.
Because it's sliding...
yeah, because it slides horizontally and not vertically.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oof.
Could have been nice.
Not nice. Coming up next. OMG, it's a Vist.
OMG. Compact setup.
Yep, this is doing another one of those extra cycle slides you can see here. 69 cycles. Nice.
Which one was it?
Area is 83.
Is it 6? No, 2. I like 2. I like arm 2.
Interesting. Yeah, that is a interesting arm.
Oh, yeah, Matter Monkey. Copper does the fast slide. Oh. And it's built into the loop even.
Ah, that is true. Yeah, you can see it. Yeah. It's built into the loop, so that helps. Yeah, so the actual like throughput of this is 3 outputs gets you 2 outputs gets you 3 of each atom that's in the output. So yeah.
So to create all 12 atoms in each of the outputs, you need to grab 8 inputs.
Coming up next, Voidify.
Ooh. Complex nugget of tech there. It looks like Copper's going to do the fast slide. Built into the loop.
It's also 69 cycles.
Nice.
But this one is 77 area compared to the 83 from before. Yeah, so because the 10 is slightly slower, it doesn't matter. Alright. So, everything... Oh, I should say, OMG It's a Bist was the start of the top page solutions. So Voidify is second into the top page. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Quagamole.
15. Yeah, so OMG It's a Bist got 14th, and Voidify is at 13th place. We're going to be entering top 10 in not too long, so place your bets, everyone. Coming up next is Matter Monkey. $68. I wonder where that cycle is being cut off from. I actually don't know.
Probably just stuff is closer together.
It's because
the
I
only thing I can
detached
think of.
the lead and iron first, leave the tin and copper for last.
Oh, yeah, that would do it.
Yeah, because
the-
you can purify one cycle earlier. That's what it is.
Yep. The lead and the iron have farther to travel, so if you get them started first, you get the latency to resolve nicer. Yep.
Interesting. After Matter Monkey,
Which place was that?
I think that was 12. I'm not entirely sure. Let me double check. Never mind. It's 17th. My bad.
Oh, right. Right. You said we were top page.
Yes, top page. Not top 10. New char is next. Another one that debonds iron and lead first. Yeah, these high 60s do look quite similar. So it's interesting to see how they shave cycles from each other. It's special cased out at the very end, so it might just be the very last cycle is special cased for something. But yeah. After this is another newcomer, Iceman 012.
Ooh, like the little man. Wow. Oh, this is busy.
Yes, it is. And a lot of... That was interesting. At the very end, there was a lot of... is this a 7? This is 65.
Start tabbing through it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think so.
1 and 2. We can just look at the tape loop of 1 and 2. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1,
And
2,
then it swaps.
yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
7
7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, 8?
Well, that's towards the end, though. That's like special casing, probably. Oh, did 2 go really fast to get that lead to the end quick?
I think so.
Because is it 4 that normally passes the lead off? Yes. No, it's that one. Never mind. What?
I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I just counted it extra because usually the 1 has a thing over there, and I was using that as a reference point, and I didn't see this. It's fine.
Oh.
It's just me being dumb. Yeah, very cool. Very cool. 65 cycles.
Slick.
Yeah. We take a very small jump down now. And this is where solutions start having a lot of ties. We're Or rather, I have a lot of people tied at 60x. Coming up. Username void.
Ooh.
Faster. This is more debonder throughput usage because of that. Because
all the atoms are grabbed at the same time
right here.
and slid through the debonder, and then they get out of the way for the next molecule to start. So wait, tab 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's this one right here, arm 6 and whatever arm this is, 6 and 7. They both grab onto the same thing, and they slide over and rotate at the same time. So that right there is...
How big is that loop?
6 and 7?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a 7 loop. 2 of those cycles, the debonder is not used. That is impressive.
Yeah, so this is 5 out of 7 debonder throughput, I believe. Track loop programming at the bottom.
11 and 12. Oh, that movement is smooth.
I actually don't know why 11 and 12 are like this. I think you could just do, like, 2 arms moving around in a circle for that. Oh well, whatever.
Maybe area considerations.
No, it would have been the same. It would have been the same. Yeah, it would have been the same. You just have 2 arms doing this, because...
Oh, I see. Oh, actually, you might have been able to save a track by making it a 5-loop track instead of 6.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, so instead of doing this, you had something like that, and like something like that, something like this, essentially.
Something like this.
But oh well. Coming up next, so that was 62 cycles, and that was username void. Coming up next is Winter 1703.
Oh yeah, Winter. They had that really good cost solution for the dowsing mist.
62 cycles again. 400 gold cost, but 137 area instead of 198. Or 157, sorry, not 37, my bad. Yeah.
No swing.
No swing, indeed. That's how you increase your area by a lot. But this is actually not even the best 62 solution. We're actually nowhere near finished with the 62 cycle solutions. Coming up next is Spect 98.
We're gonna go even smaller.
I like that debonding thing that's going on there.
Can you pan to the right? I want to see the end of 8's track.
End of 8's track?
Keep going to the right.
Ooh.
Oh, I was hoping it went up.
That's interesting.
I was kind of hoping 8 would be the one to slide it home.
Nope.
Oh well.
99 area. Still 62 cycles, though. We're not in top 10 yet. We're getting close, but we're not in top 10 yet.
Gotta go even faster and even smaller.
We are... Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Brother Mojo, you're coming up next, and you are 11th place. 89 area. Still 62 cycles. Cost 445. Just missed top 10. Oof. So, we have 10 people left. Place your bets, because this is going to get interesting. 10th place. Hutobi.
Ooh.
So, congratulations on 10th place. This is actually still 62 cycles. This is actually the best of the 62 cycle solutions in terms of getting a low area. 87 area.
That 2 area you shaved off. That mattered.
Yeah.
Good job, Utobi. On the 10th place. Also, I saw that Hi Mom in the solution title.
I did. I saw that too.
Yes, Mojo. You were 11th. Ooh. Click continue editing.
Oh, continue editing?
Oh, that's why Biggie wanted to know. He said that's the boring screen to idle on.
It does keep looping.
Nice.
Good job.
Mine certainly didn't.
Alright, coming up next is Tweedledee.
Tweedledee.
So, congratulations on 9th place. So
5 out of 7 on the debonder.
Yeah, so this is still 5 out of 7 on the debonder, which is interesting. But there's 60 cycles.
Oh.
I'm not entirely sure how he's saving 2 cycles on this one.
The use of 2 bonders for each of the outputs is intriguing. Because the purified tin.
Yeah. So he is getting they're getting the tin and lead, or sorry, the lead and iron out first to get it purified for sure. I'm just not entirely sure what makes this faster than the previous ones. He unbonds the copper and tin last. Yes.
Yeah, that's what a lot of the solutions are doing. Hutobi mentioned just latency. Things might just be closer together.
Probably. Yeah, congratulations on 9th place. Coming up next, Starfish.
Another 2 bonders down up by the 10.
Yeah. I'm guessing... Does this loop? Yes, it does. Yeah, so the tin is... What's slow is the copper, I believe.
Oh.
I can see that. Yeah, it's the copper that's later, because you can see that's on the thing. The iron is technically slow.
Oh, does the lead pull off first? Because you can't pull the lead and the iron off at the same time, so whichever one you pull off first. Yeah, lead's pulled off first. Iron's pulled off second.
Yeah.
Yep.
Coming up next, after Starfish, so this is 60 cycles. Ginyu.
This early?
Very, very compact.
6 is going to do that last minute slide. Watch out.
And it does loop. Yeah, so this is getting close to the end of the 60 cycle solutions. So yeah, congratulations on... Actually, I should say congratulations... congratulations...
Starfish?
Yeah, Starfish on 8th place, and congratulations to Ginyu on 7th. Coming up next... Goodbye Galaxy.
Ooh. And
Looks pretty similar, but
looking compact.
interesting. Is that avoidable? I am not sure, actually.
What is?
It's not avoidable. Yeah, so the tin is slowed a little bit.
Right. Well, the lead is pulled off first, so the tin purification route has more time to work with.
Right.
Which is why 8 can just slide through.
Right. Whereas this, for the copper one, it is one cycle. It's one cycle faster because it's sliding to the side, and it's because the iron is debonded later, or yeah, the copper is being grabbed onto it later. So yeah.
Yeah. Copper's limiting the cycle, so they gotta slide sideways. Tin is not limiting the cycle, so that one.
Mm-hmm. Now, here's where things get really, really weird. Because below 60 cycles is actually possible. It just gets a lot weirder. And I have 5 people who found this. So congratulations, goodbye, Galaxy, for 6th place.
I'm excited to see these wacky solutions.
You'll notice when we take a look first, because...
Oh yeah, tracks everywhere.
Suddenly, your gold cost goes up to 2,000.
And I'm guessing. Oh yeah, this is. I'm gonna guess a lot. The rest of these are gonna look like what my solution did, but it's gonna be better because they actually purify stuff. Oh yeah, 58.
All right, let's take a look at that again. So what is going on with this solution? It is debonding a bunch of these things to make doublets of this, and it's getting debonded one cycle at a time, and all of that is being shoved through. All of that is being shoved through purification glyphs.
So they only do a couple of debonds at the beginning, but like what my solution did, they're setting up a bunch of batch jobs and lining everything up so that once you start the batch job, you're using the debonder every cycle. Yep. Batching out different debonding portions for different stages of the solution. Exactly.
Yeah, so I just looked at this half. Let's take a look at the upper half this time. So...
Oh, you must have come in after my solution. I did this too, but I did this like 15 places ago because I didn't use the purifier. I did 0 purification, so I did forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Mr. Puzzles looked like this.
Yeah, I was talking to Biggie, Matt. Yeah.
Yeah, so all of this is just waste, and then all of this gets passed through again. It's 72 cycles, which is unfortunate. But yeah, if you wanted to go faster than that, you have to use purification. So, Bambi, congratulations on 5th place. This is a magnificent machine. And, yeah.
Yep.
Fast. Coming up next, Madmaster, 5,000. So congratulations on 5th place, Bambi. Madmaster, congratulations on 4th place. Similar to yours.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's fucking similar. But he actually does. Oh, whoa, holy, wait, hold up. Play it again. Did you see the copper there? Holy crap.
Oh, it swung all the way up? Yeah.
Oh. Oh yeah, it's getting all the tech to fit and have all of the outputs there too gets tight. Wow. Oh. Beautiful.
Congratulations on 4th place. All right, top 3. Top 3. What are your bets? What are your bets?
Hold up. Oh, Biggie wants.
Biggie
wants.
It loops. Are you kidding me? It loops.
Wait. I want to see this. Please do. Oh, it looks like it.
Oh my god.
Oh, it loops.
Oh my god.
The Mad
Okay, this is amazing.
Oh, that makes it even better. Oh, and a little 33 getting the thing out of the way for the swing.
Oh man, thanks for posting that in the Twitch chat. Yeah.
Elegance.
Yeah, it's because the here there's just enough space to move it over, and this is moved out to the side enough that when it rotates over, it doesn't crash. That's that's great. That is great.
How clenchy is that? Oh. Good job, Madmaster. 5,000.
All right, top 3.
Wonder who else loops up here.
3rd place. I scroll past them. Pentapig.
Oh.
Interesting.
Nice.
So, Pentapig is 52 cycles. Alright, so let's take a look. So this one does not loop, unfortunately, because it crashes directly afterwards.
Oh.
But during this area, or during this part, it's 1 debonder proc every single cycle. Yes, this is 52. It is a huge drop from 58. Yeah, top 3 for this week ended up being, like, completely ahead of everybody else. Yep, debonder pretty much every single cycle, and yeah, there's only a few cycles where the debonder is not working. This is about as fast as you can get debonder times cycles working.
Can you tab through the beginning again? What I find interesting is I guess I didn't pay attention too hard in the previous solution, but the input is farther away from the debonder than I would have expected. And having it that far away allows him to zipper. So, like, he's got 2 different arms pulling the input, and they land in 2 different spots. But he's far enough away from the debonder that he can zipper them together into a single line.
It's pretty cool.
A lot more elegant than what I was doing with the huge swingling bonding stuff. Because that's the main thing, is that you have to have two different arms to pull the input off as fast as possible. But to make debonder processing nice, you want to have a single line.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Oh yeah, we haven't seen. Okay, Rolami.
Yeah, we have 3 people tied at 52 cycles.
Jeez.
We have 3 people tied. Second place is Rolomni. Interesting, though. At the very beginning here, this is not actually full debonder throughput, but everywhere else is.
Whoa.
Yeah, so you can see here.
Wait, but no, that drives me nuts. I suppose you have the time for it, but he's not grabbing every 2 cycles.
No, he is not. He is not grabbing every 2 cycles. This is a every 3 cycle grab.
Man, I didn't even consider that.
But it's just the debonder usage from there on out and everywhere else is just so clean that it gets into 52 cycles.
Yeah, it can't grab every 2 because of slides. That's right, Biggie. The thing was it's cycles. So like I assumed he had to grab every 2. And then every single problem caused by going too fast. Because he grabs only every 3, he has enough time to re-grab and reposition everything really nice into a single line of stuff.
And yes, this is the input is being suppressed there. Yeah. First place, as everyone probably already guessed, Biggie Mac.
What the? Every 6. And that is a lot different than the other solutions.
It is. It's very interesting how they all ended up at 52 cycles. That's just kind of miraculous. Yeah. So to play this again, the debonder isn't being used at full throughput here, but what's happening is ARM 6 is doing this pivot. It's like doing a pivot to bond here and take it off, which is something that you can do because these are going to get debonded later. So that increases.
It's saving regrab time.
Exactly.
No regrab needed. Oh, Biggie, you madman! You did wanding on an unbonder. You clever guy.
Yep, and then there's a big rotate to get up there.
You missed 10 debonders. A big rotate.
Yeah, so here is the rotate coming right there.
Slide right in. Watcha. Oh, and it keeps rotating.
Yeah, it keeps rotating because this one loops for a second, only a second time.
216. That is a lot of area saved. Because I think the other one was like 2.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that this saves that much area because, well, to be fair, it's mostly because the big rotate at the end covers a lot of area that's already used.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not like the thing is, Rolomni, Pentapig, Madmaster, and Bambi Solutions were all super many ARM behemoths. This
batch
is
jobs.
740 gold. So
way cheaper.
Yeah. So yeah, congratulations, Biggie Mac, on winning Week 5 Metric A, which is Cycles times Unbonders. Yeah, it's smaller because it doesn't have a bunch of arms, and yeah, there's a big swing, but it's
Reusing space.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Again, congratulations on first place. Rolomni, congratulations on second place, and Pentapig, congratulations on third place. You three were the only three that found 52 cycle solutions. And congratulations, Madmaster and Bambi, for their 58 cycle solutions. You five were the only ones to get below 60 cycles, and that is quite the achievement.
Good work.
Yeah, indeed. And the funny thing is, Biggie Mac said as well here that they're still 10 cycles away from theoretical minimum. Because there are 10 cycles of which there's 10 cycles of which the debonder is not being used.
46, huh?
Starfish planned out a 46 but didn't complete it. Well, I'm gonna say you guys are all free to explore the limits to this puzzle whenever you'd like. Probably not the best idea to do it during the tournament because week 6 will like your time as well.
Well, I mean, we got that extra week, right? That's what that was for, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's metric A, and I'm going to start
Parsing solutions for
indeed.
metric B. All right, I'm gonna be back in a minute or two. I'm gonna use the restroom quick.
All right, I'm gonna go grab a drink while this is parsing.
See you guys in a bit.
All right. Yeah, it really is incredible. Yeah, all top 3 were exactly the same cycles with completely different approaches. Pretty cool. Well, completely different approaches in how exactly they implemented their batching. All right. Now, time to copy all these solutions over.
All right.
Getting my spreadsheet set up.
Can you reshare the Discord stream?
Ah, yes.
Thank you.
AGC. This time apparently things didn't import correctly, so everything's in weird order. Reverse alphabetical except for Anime and Bambi for some reason. Okay.
Optimal area hell.
Let's see here.
Steven.
Yep.
Show us the big swingalings. Do it. Oh, short tape. Watch 24. Swing to the right.
I saw this one. I thought I saw that he was going to. No, this is actually not the same one. You might remember that the first solution had one debonder.
Oh yeah.
This one has 3 debonders. There's a reason why this one didn't score or the other one scored better than this, which is why this one doesn't show up.
Come on. Swing that waist chain on the left. Do it. Come on. No, of course it's not going to. It's looping. Steven, you got me all hyped up for the big swing. It's just sitting right there.
Yep. 619 area. Needless to say, this is not a good solution for area.
You're letting us down, Steven. You gotta pump those numbers up. Come on.
Mutos only sent me 1 solution, so we're going to skip that. Anime only sent me 1 solution, so we're skipping that too. Same with Starfish, I believe.
Well, yeah, Biggie, that's a good point. There could have been a conditional arm at the bottom. But there wasn't. Ugh.
Alright, so coming up next, Topo Mouse. Reverse alphabetical order, right.
Yep, except for those 2. Which ones? Bambi and Anime.
Yeah.
Oh, 52 area. Alright.
It's a lot of debonders. Starfish's solution was area though, right? Not cycles? No, Starfish's solution was cycles. Starfish sent me 395 gold, 60 cycles, 103 area. Yeah, it's a 60 cycle solution. Right, so let's talk about area for this puzzle. One of the big challenges for area in this puzzle is trying to figure out how to debond everything. You definitely need to purify stuff because you can't have waste for this or else your area is going to go up tremendously.
Yep.
But area is a little bit more forgiving. Well, it's a lot more forgiving. Oh, does this stream keep freezing?
I haven't been looking at the stream. Oh, stream's frozen on nope. Never mind.
Okay. Anyway,
I'm watching through Discord but I see the Twitch chat. So you guys will have to I won't notice anything about how well the stream is doing. Cuz I'm not watching that. Only seeing the chat.
Okay, well, back to this puzzle. Area for this puzzle is definitely a lot more forgiving because of 2 reasons. One is because the output is because it's a 12 atom chain. The actual area of it is really big, so that even if you did relatively poorly on area, it didn't influence your metric score that much because of this buffering area presence. Right. But it also means that you have a lot of area to just swing things through that part if you're not using it yet.
A lot of workspace.
So yeah, 52 area. Coming up next, Communist Mountain. All right, so if you want to see here, that's 43 area, and the answer is it does not go above 43 area.
Oh, a lot of people got. There's gonna be a lot of 42s, 41s, and I'm betting there's gonna be like a billion 40s.
You're gonna have to see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this category is really crowded. This is actually what happens in most of the, in the 2019 and 2020 tournaments, I believe. There was a lot of this kind of thing going on where like primary metric ties are like huge. Like there were like a huge number of people with primary metric ties. So, yeah.
Yep.
So it was just tiebreakers galore, which is one of the things that I really tried to switch up for this year's tournament. Was the way that I design puzzles is a lot more. It makes minimum metrics really uncertain, and that's to make tiebreakers be less big of a deal. So yeah, this is one puzzle where okay, I'm gonna make it easier so that yes, getting a good primary metric is pretty straightforward. Unbunders times cycles ended up being a lot more complicated than I expected it to.
Mm-hmm. I was actually surprised by how low the looping solutions could go. I was expecting, I wasn't expecting looping solutions to go that low. I was expecting more batching solutions.
Well, to be fair, I think it was the looping solution that was like 58 cycles or whatever. It wasn't like a completely like. It wasn't looping in the sense that it's constant throughput, like it's high throughput. It was more like it's batched in sixes and then it goes, and then it's batched another 6 and then it goes.
Yeah, I meant like the ones right before that. I mean, but yeah, the ones that were. Yeah.
So that's actually our only 43 area solution. F. Cavalierne is up next.
42.
42 area. Yep.
Oh.
It does not it does not go over area than this. So this one is using input suppression to put its extra things.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, Biggie, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I guess I was just talking what I was thinking. I wouldn't call myself an expert in any of the metrics. I've just seen a lot of stuff and did stuff. So I always wind up assuming stuff like, if I've noticed this, then most other people should have too, which is probably not correct. But I'm used to thinking that.
Yeah, if this was like a single atom thing, instead of the polymers, well, number one, it would be completely different in how you would approach the bonders because there wouldn't be any need for bonders, but you'd also cut down the area by like 24 instantly. So So, that's actually our only 42 area solution. We are now at 41 area. And there are a lot of 41 area solutions, and there are a lot of 40 area solutions. Yeah, that was. Yeah, 42. Yeah. People got this down to like.
Woo.
Yeah, this gets crowded. Yeah, indeed.
But you also know what that means is a ton of people are going to have the same skill points.
So Biggie
And they
Mac
should be
is
pretty
saying,
high.
are there a lot of 39s? There's not that many 39s. There are some, but there's not nearly as many as how many 41s and 40s that I have. So, yeah. So again, this is typically what happens in this is typically what I've seen happen in previous Opus Magnum tournaments, where people get really crowded with the primary metrics, and everything is just tiebreakers. Coming up next, Monster Racer.
Everyone getting crowded kind of ties in with the comment I made earlier about this being a, quote, more normal puzzle, I think. Hmm?
Alright, so this one isn't using too much input suppression, but it's using the bonder area to store some atoms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. 41 area. This is gonna take a while, so I'm going to fast forward this. Oh, this is coded all the way through. Dang.
I'm guessing for some special casing right at the end.
Yeah, to save on a few cycles. 870.
Ooh.
It's 100 gold.
Biggie says now is a good time to mention cheat engine.
Yeah, so there is a way to run solutions very, very fast, is using cheat engine to speed hack the game and make it run as fast as your CPU allows. That is a thing. Jojo says if I didn't have cheat engine, I'd probably still be programming now. Yeah, apparently it's faster than alt-click speed. Personally, I find that alt-click speed is fast enough that it's not too big of a deal for me. But in case you need to do a lot of, especially for week 6, week 6 you might actually really want to use cheat engine to get through everything, just to see if your maximum throughput machine is working at maximum throughput once it sets up, because it can set up in a really long time. There is no limit to the setup time, but please, if your setup time is more than like 3 or 4 or so tape loops, just please message me about it, because I might not think that the setup is that long, and then I might alt click and then I count the wrong number of outputs. So yeah, for week 6, you're allowed to use cheat engine when you're developing the solution, but they do have to run in the base game. It has to work in the base game, which, aka, don't do crazy things like, if you can find a way to disable collisions or whatever, because they will have to be verified.
The doctor recommended use of cheat engine is you should really be only using the speed hacking tick box. As far as I am aware, even if you set that thing to times 100 or times 500, which is what I've done before, the game still does all the collision checking normally. It will still run through everything properly. If it finds a collision, the drawn frame might be a few cycles past where the collision actually occurred, because I think I've heard from somewhere that the graphics and the collision checking are asynchronous. But the thing is that using the cheat engine speed hack removes the governor, the limiting thing the game has, so that stuff is presented to you at a reasonable speed. Barring huge stick swings, the game can run much faster than what it shows you. So using cheat engine to use speed hack on your solutions is, as far as I'm aware, if you only do the speed hack, it should not change the solvability of your solution. Just makes it easy to debug and to program. I use it a lot because I program a couple cycles and then I zip, 120 cycles in to see how stuff looks. Oh yeah, Biggie says alt-click forces a max frame rate. Cheat engine does not.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a lot shorter way to say the thing I said.
Yeah, coming up next is Kupioala. If I can find them. Here it is. The title was... Witty title, please chuckle.
You got it.
This is familiar. Did I go through this one already? I don't think so.
Nope.
No, this one's different. Yeah, because the
purifier is rotated differently.
Yes, and it's different programming. The input is actually being suppressed. That was my roommate. Sorry about that.
Yep. The previous solution, the purifier, was in the bottom left corner. Here it's in the top corner. Yep, it's very familiar. Or similar. Yep.
Yeah, probably. Goodbye Galaxy said, I think we're gonna get a lot of deja vu in this category. Yeah, probably. Yeah. There's not too many ways that you can really orient 41 area. Yeah.
All right, next up we have Racer X with the same layout and 41 cycles and... Or no, 41 area. Oh, jeez. 41 cycles.
Andrej K is next. Wait, what? It's not in alphabetical order. Oh,
Ooh,
this one is it's below this time.
It's on the bottom.
Daring today, aren't we? It's okay. I'm not making fun of your solution. I'm making fun of it's just it happens.
I'm gonna make fun of your solution. Why is the Cratelli way over there? Australian Opus Magnum. Oh, good one, Matter Monkey. Good one. Right. Okay. So gold was the secondary. but with area, that's not much of a tiebreaker.
Yeah, no. I mean, you might have been able to do this with 2 arms instead of, because you need at least 2 arms to get everything on the purifying hex. But I guess
Cupiola says, Cupiola says, "What's a Critelli?"
this little glyph here,
Yep.
glyph quote quote,
Yep.
it's a hex. That's more accurate to say. Yeah, it's really it's an origin. So this is actually set 0,0 in the game files, I think.
Yep. Can we make Critelli placement a tiebreaker at some point? I don't know. The tricky thing with that is that Critelli placement is subjective.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, unless you did something like, and the tertiary tiebreaker is distance between Critelli and the output. Like, unless you did something like measurable like that, you can't actually do it.
So this is the next one, Bambi.
Everywhere I look, I see familiar layouts. Better Critelli placement this time. Good work. We need a panel of Critelli judges. See, that would be the thing.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you don't really want to place outputs too far away from the Critelli hex, because if you place it too far away and like I believe it only has like float precision or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So if you place it too far away, things start to get broken. Yeah. There's some really weird stuff. Yeah, I think Biggie messed with it once.
In the Discord server, Biggie recently posted something about being way out there in the Badlands. Yep, cracks at the edge of the Opus Magnum universe. Thanks. And there's a Reddit post too. It gets wild out there. Graphics are glitchy, collisions are weird, stuff is crunched together.
Really? I thought it was just the hex tiles start getting messed up. I didn't know that it affected collision checking as well.
Well, because area computation gets bad too.
Oh. Huh.
Post is 3 years old. Only referenced it recently. Yep.
Coming up next, Neuter.
Ooh. Oh, I like that. For both bonding positions, you can swing in and get it. He's using, I don't know how many of the previous ones have been doing this, but like he's using input suppression to store stuff, which means he doesn't need to store stuff on the bonders, which means he can he doesn't have to reposition stuff onto the bonder in order to bond new things to it. So like when he pulls this tin here, boom, right onto it, slide it into position, ready for the next one.
Yeah, so one of the things that actually, we'll get there, actually. We'll talk about it when we get there. Yeah, so this one beats the previous 41 area solutions because of the... It's just because of the... yeah, it's just smoother. It's much more streamlined. The cycle count... between this and the previous one is a big jump down from 649 to 428. But so that doesn't matter too much because Flame Haze actually came up with a 95 gold solution.
Ooh.
Here's where we start to talk about some really strange things. So, when I first designed this puzzle, I guess I should say, when I decided to go with the the infinites, the infinite outputs. Um, there weren't too many puzzles out there that had more than one infinite output at a time. And there's some good reasons for this. Well, maybe not like it's not like there's some like good reasons for it. It's just with two infinites, there's some limitations that you have to work with that you usually don't have to, and such as these. Neither of the infinites are rotatable, so you have to build them left to right, and they're forced to be like always like this. The other thing is specifically for this puzzle, and any puzzle that's going to be like this, you can use one bonder and build one infinite forwards and the other infinite backwards. It's sorry.
It gets into the interesting thing about it gets into the interesting technicalities of how infinite products are verified. Because the game doesn't check if you're building from left to right, which is why a lot of solutions that swing the entire thing in right away are valid, because it's just checking whether the entire thing is covered. If you've got bonds in the wrong spots, though, as I think who was it? Someone in the Discord was pointing out instances where you can have bonds in weird spots when you have sparse infinities.
Oh.
But like other things, like you can build from the back, you can build from the front, you can have junk in the front or in the back, as long as it fits within the horizontal profile of the infinity. There's a lot of weird technical stuff for how the infinities get verified that let you do interesting things like this, where you can build one of the infinities from the back instead of from the usual front.
Thanks, Ancaligor, for the follow, and Guilty Bystander and Iceman for the follow. I missed you guys 3 hours and 2 hours ago. Oops.
Biggie. I think it was Mojo that was talking about it in the Discord.
Yeah, so you didn't actually have to fill the ... tile. You don't actually have to fill that. There's some really strange things about how okay, yours was before the stream. It's fine. There's some really strange things about how the infinites are verified. So if you have any part of the infinite, like if you're building like an infinite and you, if this say you were building this infinite, and you had atoms to the left of this, I believe you can have some weird atoms to the left of this that are bonded to the right of this, and it still works. But if it's bonded and it's like to height instead, it will not work. There's some really, really weird stuff about how the game verifies infinites. So, yeah. But anyway, because both of these infinites were single height, that wasn't really a big thing. Thankfully. So that was Flame Haze. And that is actually the end of the 41 cycle solutions. We are almost in the first page, and we are going to start looking at our first 40 area solution.
Welcome to the 40 Club.
Yeah, so it turns out that 40 area was not optimal area. But we'll have to get to that when we get to 39 area solutions. Our Titan. Alright. Pretty much the same layout. Only difference is because there's better maneuvering of the input, it does not use up an extra hex. There was an equilibrium glyph in the previous in the previous solution where it was storing an atom.
Oh. They bonded the iron and the lead together. That's fine because you can unbond it later, but that caught me by surprise. I mean, if you're going to use the bonder for temp storage, that's bound to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, talking about storage, there's actually a lot of places where you can store atoms in this puzzle. Um, you can use the bonder sites if they're clear, or one of the two if you don't want to debond afterwards. The debonders can be storage sites. The input can be used as a storage site because of input suppression. And all three parts of the purification glyph can be used as storage. And also, you can also use the unused track area as storage. So pretty much every part of this solution can be used as storage. Only problem is, most of the time you can't hold on to, in the dot. But like the thing is, you're usually, when you talk about access points, in this puzzle, it gets a little bit strange. The dot part. This thing. It's an extra area that you can use, like whenever you want for whatever you want. It counts against your area, but it's not actually. You don't need to populate it for it to register as a completed product. It's a little bit weird. Bam.
Yep. Extra tin needed to get to the end there.
Couldn't use input suppression with this layout, so it's really slow. That is unfortunate.
Because I have no idea how. I guess I'm just imagining like the typical way to do it, but like I for the life of me could not figure out a way to go from 95 to 90 gold. And the ideas I had for doing that were basically the same ideas for getting to 39, and they just weren't working because I could not get stuff to. I kept having collision issues.
Yeah, so you can see here, there's a lead at the end of this tin stick, and that is okay. Because by the time this thing gets to the very end, this lead is in this ... thing, and apparently that is okay for verifying this infinite product. Opus Magnum verifies its products in some strange ways, and this is one of those things where, yes, you can just do this. This solution improves upon it because it moves one of the two purification atoms. So what you can do is, if you just started pulling off these inputs one at a time, you're going to have lead and iron both on your field at the same time. But you can bond one lead at the very beginning to one of the two things, and what that would do is it makes it so that you're always only messing around with one of the purifying outputs at any one time, or inputs.
That's actually really good.
Yeah,
I did not think of that at all. That's clever.
Yeah, it's pretty clever.
I don't know how that will affect cycles, though.
I would guess that when it comes to cycles, it would be because you're less cluttered moving around things here, it ends up being faster. But I don't know.
Well, I was wondering because I suppose I don't know what the trade-off would do, because sure, your work area will be a little less cluttered half the time, but the other half the time it's a little more cluttered. Because like, if you didn't do that the first time, you can just put stuff where you just load up everywhere. The first time through, you have nothing sitting around, and then the second time through, you have both things sitting around. Yep, Matter Monkey, that was the lead. When the lead moved on to the ... the game was like, oh, everything's here, ka-chunk.
Yeah, the way that this game verifies some infinite outputs is kind of strange.
It's actually a really good programming exercise because the only proper way, the only mathematically correct way to verify an infinite will not finish because it'll want you to do it forever to actually verify it's a proper infinity. So you have to decide, okay, how do I verify that their solution is actually doing what it's supposed to?
Here's an idea.
Halting problem.
Here's an idea. Periodic boundary conditions. So what you do is you take your repeating segment and you copy paste that a whole bunch of times, and you check it all the way through until the very end of the molecule to see all the way to the very end of the molecule and all the way to the very beginning of the molecule if anything is bonded to it, and check if it satisfies if it's consistent all the way through. Of course, the issue with that is if you're partially building, if your monomer was like, say, some crazy thing A that's more than one atom, and you bonded to that something like part of the output, that would fail the periodic boundary condition because the entire cell doesn't match.
If I had to sit and recode how the infinity worked, I would probably. It wouldn't be nice. It wouldn't be. I like the way it does infinities right now because it gives the players options. But like, if you want the infinity to actually work, you would put like a little glass shell around it. So the only way you could insert stuff is from the front.
Oh.
And if you send the wrong thing in first, it'll get mad. And so basically turn it from a Opus Magnum output verifier to an Infinifactory output verifier. Be like, no, you can't send lead in first. Which is unfortunate because, I mean, having some garbage go in first is actually a valid way that some real input machines work.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're just watching these go.
That would definitely be how I would code a production cabinet infinity. So then you can have the infinity without it taking up all of the chamber space. Just some exit port out the right-hand side.
So we're in the top page now, actually. Yeah, already. But this is still 40 area solutions. Yeah, the 40 area solutions go for a lot. Top page is very dense, actually. And once again, don't get mad at me, get mad at Shadow Cluster. Because he A-okay'd this puzzle.
I think it was a nice puzzle.
Yeah, he A-okay'd the switch from the single atom outputs into the infinite outputs, which apparently it gets. Okay, it was intended. I asked Shadow Cluster if doing the infinite outputs was okay or not, and Shadow Cluster was just like, yeah, that's fine. He then looked at it after I'd already released it, of course. And he was like, oh no. So while we were talking about it, we went through a lot of solutions. We went through after Andrej K was Bambi, Neuter, Flame Haze, R Titan, M Pete, username Void, Guzumi, and now we're up to Iceman 012. Yep, a lot of really similar approaches. Ooh. Looping instructions.
Mm-hmm.
Can see a bunch of conditional grab drops here and there.
I don't know why it dropped and re-grabbed the tin though.
Actually, that's a good point. I don't really see why why it did that.
Wait, did it loop yet? There we go.
Yeah, now it loops. We'll see. Maybe they just forgot something. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, that might have been a conditional thing that they had at first and then didn't remove it later. So
it's right here. It's right here. There's drop and then grab immediately afterwards. Oops. Oops.
So the question is were they 12 cycles slower than the next person? No, 8. 8.5.
Nah, it wouldn't have made a difference.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I agree with chat. If the outputs were single atom outputs, we would be looking at way more similar layouts. I saw a sneak peek of Biggie's solution in the Discord. You could not have pulled that off if you had single atom inputs.
You wouldn't have needed single atom inputs. That's the thing.
Yeah. One of the ideas I had for the solution was, so one interesting thing, if the outputs were different. So, for example, if you had a copper and a tin every other, and like the first input's infinity started with a tin and the other infinity started with a copper, you could actually put the two outputs right next to each other and then have only a single infinity going from left to right, and it would go over the first one and it would keep going, and then it would go over the second one. But because of the way this puzzle is, I could not figure out a way to do that without taking up more area than I intended. Because like you can purify everything in the input into copper and send copper through first. But then when it's time to work on the tin, you have iron and copper you can't do anything with. So you're either going to be building up a bunch of copper and tin in the beginning, or you have to shove it somewhere, but then your output's wrong. And
OMG, it's Abyss. Yes, it is you. Yeah, 40 area cycles, there's a lot of them. We are in top page with Guzumi's entry. So Guzumi, Iceman, and now it's OMG, it's Abyss.
oh yeah, that's right. Right. Yeah, didn't mention this earlier, but was it Chickens in the Attic? They pointed out that the verification for one of them is delayed until right at the end because verification happens from left to right. So the game at the moment thinks you've done nothing for 10.
Ooh, that was spicy.
I've seen that move before.
Bond the two things over, okay.
Because that's what I did.
Coming up next, chickens in the attic.
Yep. Non-looping is correct. OMG.
Yeah. I'm gonna once this goes through a few cycles, I'm gonna fast forward because this one is also non-looping. Let's take a look. Yep. That's how it makes his outputs.
Is this all click speed? This looks like normal speed.
No, this is all click speed.
Oh, yeah, you were right. You were going to wait a bit and then do it.
Yeah. Yeah, some people didn't actually code all the way through. Some people have repeating instruction loops, tapes. This is not one of them. Coming up next, Hugh Toby. H. What? Hey, this one is symmetrical. That's nice. The atoms don't ruin the symmetry. Come on. Yeah, I still don't know how Opus Magnum sorts its things. Sometimes it's okay. Sometimes it just doesn't. I don't know why. It bugs me so much. But yeah, this one actually loops 160 every loop. And bam. Late realization. Coming up next, Tweedledee. I'm interested in. I'm surprised by the amount of unique layouts at 40. This is pretty surprising.
That last one I thought was really interesting because not only was the piston in between the input and the output, but also like how narrow the connected space got. Because like a single debonder width of 2 hexes was as narrow as it was between the input and the output space.
Hutobi says also the name is because I only realized that you only need 1 bonder an hour before the deadline. The interesting thing to me is there's a lot of 40 area solutions and they all have bonder in line with the outputs. And there's always 3 track. Coming up next, Spect 98. It's an interesting Critelli hex placement.
Oh, nice. Little triangle there. I like it.
Yeah, with the arm operating mostly at 3 length and 2 length, well, you have to be careful of your swings, of course. But it does definitely make it so that every swing covers way more area, which is always nice. This is Galaxy Brain Fratelli.
Is this looping? I think so.
No, it is
Save.
not.
Oh. I would have guessed it on some of the behavior. He's sliding. Oh, yeah. He slid the copper all the way to the left, but didn't use that ... hex to store anything. So I was curious if it was a looping solution.
Void Phi is up next. This one
Little Curtelli tuck.
is looping, actually. This is one of the rare looping solutions.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Alright. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're not at top 10 yet. Madmaster is up next.
We gotta go even faster. Wait. Yeah. Yep, Iceman. A lot of dead instruction space at the front, but because there's only the one arm, the simulation knows to automatically start at the first instruction of that arm. Execution always starts at the earliest appearing instruction on an arm, unless you have an arm with no instructions on it. And there's an arm with instructions on it, because in that case, that arm's tape is padded with empties and it's placed at the front. Oh.
This one does loop? Oh, man. Yeah, this is what I try to... Oh my god, What do you mean by this loops?
It's a looping solution. Look at that.
Ew. I don't think this actually loops, though. Pretty sure it crashes this next time. Oh my god, it doesn't crash. Oh my god. Okay. Madmaster after Mad Max. After Madmaster. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Goodbye Galaxy. 11th place. Oof.
If 39 is possible. Oh no. Oh.
Oof.
Apparently Biggie's 40 was 978 cycles. So if he had stayed at 40. Oh. It said if 39 is possible, I will cry. That's what it said.
Mm-hmm. Rip.
Yeah. I looked at this puzzle for so long, and I just couldn't see a way to do 39.
541 cycles. Things are getting fast. Mr. Puzzle.
Oh yeah, here we go.
10th place.
Gotta go even. Whoa, yeah.
Congratulations. Mr. Puzzle. If I can. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so if you went fast enough, well, as in really, really fast, for a 40 area, you actually were able to make it into 10th place.
Oh, wait. Hold up. Well, I guess we will see. But I'm curious how many 39s there are.
Make a guess. Answer is between 1 and 9.
One of the things that sped it up was not needing to read and stuff a lot.
Oh yeah, very few regrabs. Very good. Yeah, the regrabs
the
here are
10
very
here.
efficient.
Yeah, thanks, Biggie. Cupiola, it's mostly, so if you watch the tin here, you'll see that like I put a tin on there, I create a tin, I move it on, I grab tin from the next one and put it on. So I don't need to keep resliding the tin out of the, like, every time you switch metal type on the bonder, that's more regrabs.
Yeah, so if you look at, so at the very beginning here, you can see like essentially this whole like the whole like philosophy that went into this solution. So Mr. Puzzle is grabbing onto the tin here or the lead here, and it does not let go of it until it debonds everything, and then that just gets put into the onto the purification, so it never needs to touch that ever again, essentially. Then it grabs onto this.
That lead's ready to go. That iron has to sit somewhere anyway, so I need to remove that later, but this lead, boom. Iron's ready to go. Tin's ready to go. Tin's ready to go. Iron's ready to go. Copper's ready to go. Copper's ready to go.
Yeah, so it's just very, very efficient usage of essentially as few grab drops as possible. That makes it go by a lot faster than the previous 40 area solutions. All right, guys. Time to guess how many 39 area solutions.
And I was able to squeeze a few cycles out by doing OMG Bist's trick with the bonding the tin and the copper together to get enough length to move the copper. That should be coming into play soon, I think. Right. Oh well.
Coming up next. Guilty bystander. 40 area. So if you guessed the 9, that is not the correct answer. Yeah, so this solution is actually about 50 cycles faster than yours.
Whoa.
Mr. Puzzle, yeah. How it does that, I'm not entirely sure.
It's not fiddling atoms around a lot in the middle there.
Yes.
So like if you tab through this input, or tab through the next time it pulls the input off,
Or I'll wait until it resets
Yeah.
completely.
But I think it's just a smoother action of chunk chunk chunk.
Oh, you know what it is? It might be the fact that it grabs the copper out first. So it saves on latency.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And another thing is, my arm is a lot longer, usually. So when I position stuff, I need to shorten or lengthen the arm I need to shorten the arm and then lengthen it again in order to do rotations in my narrow workspace.
Oh.
But I think he's saving a lot of cycles on that because for most of the time, his arm's only length 1. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Trade-off between extend, retract, and rotates. The thing, though, is I think he can... Because rotate can be used to move things around, I think him using rotates is getting more work done. I think.
It's faster because I stayed up banging my head on it all night. This is the way. Grab the left builder first for sure.
Oh.
Longer, but always in the same direction. Is trade-off between extend, retract for you, and rotates for this. Wait. Is there a hotkey for next instruction tab? Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Oh, monster's already
button clacking. Yes, it's a mechanical keyboard. I'm sorry.
Yep. I got one too.
Yeah, it's loud. I've had some people talk about this. Yes, it is Cherry Blues. I've heard some people say that streaming with Cherry Blues is a sin.
I prefer the harder keyboard clacks. Because it's more like... I can't accidentally press keys. I have to press keys with purpose. And like the tactile sensation's a nice way to reaffirm that I've done something.
Pretty interesting. Alright. Well, whoever guessed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is correct, which is Biggie Mac, and I think Biggie Mac only. So congratulations, Biggie Mac, on guessing the right amount of 39 area solutions. There were 8 39 area solutions, and congratulations, Biggie Mac, again, because you are 8th place.
Oh, what? I've got to see this. Oh man, I am excited for this.
And you are the slowest one, as expected. Yes, you are correct. Because you're doing this nonsense.
I like this nonsense. This is...
Yeah, silver?
I think you can go... Let's to get rid of some waste products. We can make the entire tin line.
Silver? Excuse me? Yeah, I don't know why you thought this was, like, a good idea. Yeah, I know you build tin first, but, like... See, here's the thing. This puzzle was not meant to be recycling based. I know that, like, I know some people did this, Biggie Mac being probably the one that I know most well because he actually messages me a lot and, you know, gives me a lot of progress updates. It actually makes me wonder why you purify the, you don't purify all the copper to gold when you're building the tin outputs, do you? Because you should have enough space in this to hold on to some of this, right?
I'm trying to think. Oh, this is.
Yeah, you do have a maximum atom capacity thing here, but you need 2 gold to stay
Right.
under capacity. Okay, yes.
Right,
Okay, it's just 2 gold.
Because he has to put the copper and the iron somewhere,
Yeah, yeah.
and he's got he's got. It's a weird data structure you've got here, because like they're stacks, but like you have to empty one of them before you can use the other one. It's
Is
like
it
the
really a
structures.
stack, or is this more
It's
of a
well
queue?
because he puts them on, he takes them off in reverse order of how they're put on. So that's the stack part. But he has
Oh, okay, I
to empty
see.
the first stack before he can start emptying the second stack. So there's like queue stuff to it. It's like it's a queue of stacks, which is what my dubious cost solve was for Mist of Dousing. Ugh.
Yeah, Biggie Mac, yeah, it is completely hard coded. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why you decided this was a good idea. I commend your effort into doing this, but like you completely did not need to do this. And
I like it.
and I have to say, you have yourself to blame for this, because it is not necessary to do this to get 39 areas.
Yep. Yeah, and
Yeah.
as far as that desperation, I'm with you, because I sat and looked at this puzzle forever, and I'm like, come on, there's got to be a 39. It's like trying to fit a wooden puzzle pieces into a thing that doesn't quite fit, and it's like I can swear I can either shave 5 gold or shave one area. There's got to be some way to do it, and I gave up on it. And the minute I saw you post this in Discord, I'm like, perfect, the only way to do it.
The only way. Oh my god.
No.
Yeah, so anyway, the quick intro to recycling. What is recycling? It is a thing that happens in any puzzle with an infinite output and some other output. Well, not always some other output, so it depends. So in this case, you have recycling because you have one output, which is you have the tin, which you can use to make the copper output. Therefore, recycling exists in this solution. What is recycling? It is after you've built one infinite output, like completely to its end, the game checks it and it's like, okay, you finished this infinite output. Then it tries to, it marks it as complete, essentially. So after that, you could take your infinite output that you already finished, dismantle it, and then use it to make other outputs. That is recycling. It was originally more like a meme, I believe.
I believe the first I've heard about it was the first tournament.
Biggie
Wire
Mac
forming
says,
unforming was.
check this lead. Ah, yeah. So Biggie Mac here is using the lead as a fake infinite. Yeah, you can stick the lead at the very end for the ... and it'll still verify.
Lead's important.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's one thing I find weird about this game's storytelling universe is the fact that lead is still lead and is like whatever, lead ore, whatever. But like lead can be turned into anything. Gold is just stuck that way. So like after a long time, you would expect people to be like, shoot, no, there's a lead shortage, and all this worthless gold crap everywhere.
See,
Quicksilver too. That stuff gets consumed all the time by lazy people wanting to make copper and stuff. Where's the environmentally conscious Opus Magnum campaign? Where is it? Quicksilver doesn't grow on trees. Come on.
all right. So congratulations, Biggie Mac, on 8th place. We do a big jump down in cycles because duh. Sorry, Biggie Mac, but oh yeah, your question about a 90 gold 40 area solution. Brother Mojo actually sent me a 90 gold 40 area solution, but it is not his scoring solution. Because Brother Mojo is up next. He took 7th place.
Oh. Oh. Okay. He's gonna create a lot of gold, I think. Yep.
But the question is, where do you store all this gold?
So, could you pan to the right? Okay, and then so there's one spot.
Okay, there's one
On the
spot.
So you get one spot to put it, and then the rest of it's juggling. Hooray! I wonder, Mojo, is the 40 gold version just you have an extra hex to put a gold atom somewhere, so you have less juggling? Is Mojo in chat? I think so.
Not sure if he is in Twitch chat.
That's what I'm curious, because like, oh yeah, and he stuck a gold on the end of the tin.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 2 gold right away. 2, 4, 6. So that's 4 copper, 4 iron, which is all you need. No, you still have. I think you still have another full. No, he'll be juggling 2 gold around, I think.
Well, you can also put a gold in this spot eventually.
Right. Yeah, he's
yeah, you need to get to
yeah.
that first, which is
right. So, which is still a lot of juggling, but that's 2 gold. That's 4 silver. That's that's
what?
8. That's 8 copper. Well, no, 2. I'm de-purifying it. 2 gold is 4 silver, which is 8 copper, which is 6 copper and 6. No, yeah. Giddy Bitsner is correct. It'll be 3 gold.
That's it. No, it's not. It's not 3 gold. It's this gold, this silver, and then the rest of the coppers are used in the output. Because you don't need to purify this.
Durr.
And then you have this 1 gold at the end. That's it.
Giddy Bitsnitter. Is that how you pronounce it?
Oh, it's guilty bystander.
Oh, it's a L. Okay. Okay. I think I mentioned earlier I was thinking about doing something like this, but I just couldn't think about how to deal with a gold waste that would happen.
This is a completely valid way of solving this puzzle. You can blame Shadow Cluster for this.
Nothing to blame. I still think this was a great week. This was a good puzzle.
Yeah, Quicksilver is the old word for mercury. Yeah, it's literally, well,
yep.
Yeah. The Latin name is Hydrogyrum or something like that. Which is where you get Hg as the elemental symbol. But yeah, Quicksilver is the same thing. Yup. Big brain moves. And a lot faster than whatever the heck nonsense Biggie Mac was doing.
It's like twice as fast. Not quite.
Yeah, congratulations, Brother Mocho on 7th place. All right.
That does sound cool.
6th place. We actually jumped down 300 cycles for this. Winter 1703.
Be a stack?
I don't know. We're gonna have to see. The moment you see projection into or purification to silver, you know that this is gonna be.
So is this going to be like Biggie Mac's solution, but just faster?
I don't know. I don't think so. Because the thing about Biggie Mac's solution is that it was really slow solely because it kept on looping through the stack thingy. But this isn't doing that.
It has the potential to. It hasn't started yet, but it could at any moment.
Any moment now.
Any moment now.
See? Red. No, wait. That's blue.
No, wait. That's blue.
No, sorry. No, it's not. No, wait. That's blood. Anyway.
Yep, that's the quote.
Memes. Ooh. Okay, so it puts a gold at the end of the
tin line.
The copper as well. So it's being stored there out of reach. And that should be enough tin to verify the thing. There you go. And from here on out...
And he sticks the landing. Will he recycle it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yep. Guilty bystander, good point. This looks like a combination of the last two solutions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does recycling, but much better awareness of the amount of excess.
Ooh, that was a cool move on the copper right there.
Yeah. I was watching that some other times with the amount of bonders and debonders, you could do some interesting up and down shifting motion.
Shuffling.
It's pretty cool. A lot of shuffling around here. We're not watching chess here. This isn't high-level shuffling for nothing. Congratulations on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th place.
Well done.
Oh, come on. If you only see one algorithm for 39 area and you actually do it, I mean, you know, kudos to you. You get smacked into, you know, within top 10.
You got primary. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Primary is primary.
Oh yeah, I should probably say people should lock in their bets like 5 people ago. Oh well.
You, Toby. Oh god, there's 5 more of these. Oh,
these get faster. These get faster actually. Nobody got below 90 gold because you need that track to get everything on the purification glyph. So yeah, they do get faster. Matter Monkey is next. And Matter Monkey was just barely faster. Interestingly, completely different layout. Similar to the, I think it was...
Two solutions ago, Mojo?
Yeah, Brother Mojo's solution. They actually did matter. You were at 1325. Or at least the one that you sent me was at 1325, but this one is at 1293. Oh, he swapped the outputs. Oh.
Oh, what?
Wait, then what do you do with your gold waste? This is interesting. We'll see.
Oh, Biggie brings up a good point. The waste comes later, so there's less shuffling.
There's less shuffling, yes, but where do you store the... Over the input?
You still have the one spot in the middle to put stuff. So that's 1 gold.
Well,
What?
he doesn't do that. He doesn't.
What? That was like the perfect spot to dump some waste. Come on. Just have to wait and see, I suppose.
Um.
It's just shuffling.
So much waste. Oh my god. This is a miracle that this is just doable. Wow.
Well, it should be the final stretch.
Wow.
Yep.
I am impressed. I am impressed that that is an amazing amount of waste management that you did at the end. Yeah.
Good work.
Yeah, really. Congratulations on a very well-earned 5th place. That is impressive. Coming up next, JoJo. Mid area.
I'm waiting for the stack to show up. Oh. No.
I don't think.
Oh no! Is he gonna make both of them at the same time? And like, no, that won't work. There's not quite enough space to do it.
Oh no! I mean, it's certainly possible. You just have to shuffle it back and forth with the debonders and bonders all the time, which is what Biggie Mac did.
Yeah, doing this, of just reassembling it and shuffling things around.
You only have to disassemble one of the two, which is one upside.
And he'll
I
recycle
think.
the tin later.
I think maybe it depends on how far up you build it, I guess.
I mean, he's got to recycle the tin at some point because.
Do you really have to?
Well, because the copper and the tin are in. Like as it stands, yeah, he's got to move the tin out of the way.
How many? Well, there's only 3 more. You don't need it. I don't think you need waste. Yeah. Yeah,
Biggie
so
solution,
they're just.
but it's stronger, better, faster.
I think there's just barely enough.
Just squeaks it through. Is he going to? I'm on. I'm not on the edge of my seat, but like metaphorically, is he going to recycle? No, he's not going to recycle, is he? He simply has enough space in. He has just the right amount of space in the work area to. Oh my gosh!
Oh,
Wow. What a guy! Oh jeez. Oh.
wow. Okay.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah. Apparently, you can do this.
Excellent.
Yeah, apparently if you are clever enough in managing your input and all your input and all the space that you have available to you, you are able to do this without making any waste.
Squeaked through. Beautiful.
Congratulations. 4th place, Jojo.
But it goes faster.
Oh yeah. We are going to drop down 220 cycles ish.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I'm glad secondary. Again, glad secondaries have nothing to do with the scoring, the skill score points.
Pentapig. Let's see how this works.
Okay, so no recycling.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think he can because he can't move it to the debonder in this configuration. So I think he has to work with waste here. Yeah, that silver is a dead giveaway. Oh, there you go. There's your.
Yep. So store 1 tin on the end.
Yeah, the thing about recycling is that if you if you get recycling to work, it should speed up your solution because it should be, just recycling.
You just got to pull less stuff.
Mm-hmm. But that's not always the case. Yeah, the debonder. Yeah, I'm curious how this ends up working. So they've got that gold.
Yep.
There's
and
the
there
copper.
Be...
They need 3 more tin, which is this is the last that they need for tin. And
let's get this stuff out of the way. This can be normal copper.
Yep, and that's it. Just move it right on there, and then you just make copper with the rest.
Go like normal. Nice.
Very cool. Yeah, it's the position of the tin output. This position here allows Pentapig to just slide it back once it's finished this, and then just push it up forwards, and then now I've got this. Yeah, there's a lot of access points on this. This is pretty cool. Yeah, the only one that the arm cannot reach is this hex here, and any hex after this. Mm-hmm. But that's it. It can reach literally everything else. Very, very cool. Yeah, 1,065. 3rd place. It gets even crazier from here.
Sub 1,000, please. Yeah.
Coming up next. Ginyu.
Oh.
Second place, 920 cycles. It is sub 1,000.
Oh, that's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot saved. I'm thinking it'll be similar to, who was it? 2 solutions ago?
Jojo.
Yeah. No waste needed, just
I'm
clever shuffling.
thinking that too. I'm trying to figure out what he's doing currently. Because that's a lot of copper that he's making. And all the tin is currently on standby.
Oh.
Okay, so that is all of the copper that he needs. So it gets verified here, and then all the tin gets... Yeah. And I think he needs to start purifying into waste from here on out, because there's not enough space. But that does mean that the entirety of the copper area he can use as waste storage space, if he wants to. Oh, he doesn't even need it.
Wow.
Wow.
Waste, but barely makes any.
Yeah. Very, very cool. Yeah, This is impressive. I did not expect that this puzzle could get to this level of optimization. Yeah, the more the better solution, the more spacious this puzzle appears to be. Yeah, really. Yeah, I'm just very impressed at what people managed to do with this metric. I didn't expect this metric to be this exciting to watch at all, but yeah, some of these top players managed to really pull things off that I really did not expect them, or like I really did not expect it to be possible. First place. As you probably have guessed, it's Rolomni. Rolomni actually sent me 3 solutions. He kept on optimizing because he was like super afraid that that the cycle's tiebreaker was actually going to be really important. Rolomni. You are first place by a long shot.
Ooh.
Let's watch this.
Oh, what? This was I could have swore this layout could not have worked, because you can't slide. Oh, dummy. Yeah, okay. So I thought this layout could not work, because I'm like, well, if you can't move the copper onto the bonder from there, and it's like, well, no, you can't, because it's I was having trouble because I was thinking of only having a single copper up there.
Yeah, so this is an indirect bonder, so you cannot actually access this left hex of the bonder at all, so you can't put any single atom onto it. But you can put more than if you can grab onto a Rolomni is building this in pairs, so because he's building it in pairs, you can put you can access this point, and then you can put the bonder there. And yeah, No waste.
Because he's doing it the quote correct way. Of like I would call this no shenanigans. Like it's brilliant to use it's brilliant to use stuff in pairs in order to get indirect access to the bonder, but I don't think, yeah, like Chump Change said, oh, now that I see this, of course this is the way to do it. this is the straightforward, no shenanigans way in order to pull off. Right, yeah. Half access bonder is not an obvious layout, but like this is a palm to forehead moment. Oh, it could have worked just like this.
745 cycles, way faster than second place, which was at 920.
There's no shenanigans.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
No bond,
Really?
debond, or shuffle shenanigans or all that. It's just straightforward build to infinites. With a very very unintuitive layout, but it is very much possible. Congratulations, Rolomni, on a very well-earned first place. You are first place by a long shot, beating every other 39 area solution in the tertiary tiebreaker, or in the secondary tiebreaker. It's the tertiary metric, I guess. Yeah. All right. It is time for Showcase Solutions.
Showcase.
Yeah, so Shadow Cluster actually gave me, I don't remember which of these two is the updated solution, but Shadow Cluster actually also sent me a 915 cycles, 39 area solution as a proof of concept, saying, hey, it is possible to do 39 area without recycling or any of that shuffling nonsense. So, yeah. So if Shadow Cluster was a scoring player, this would have taken second place by 5 cycles over current second place. So, yeah. Of course it doesn't loop, so... Yeah, there was one that's 915 cycles, there's one that's 1,011 cycles. I don't remember which one this one is. The first tiebreaker being gold was pretty useless. Yeah. I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, this one was the 915 cycles. The other showcase solution that I got from Shadow Cluster was, yeah, it prevented people from building 2 piston solves, which I don't know if that would have really made a difference.
You really want that sliding motion. I'm curious what he means by waste ball in the title.
I think he just means, oh, I'm making gold waste. Yeah. I think this is pretty similar to Biggie Mac's solution, but no. No, Biggie Mac's solution had a lot more shuffling with random nonsense. I don't know.
Part of that is I think he mentioned earlier he didn't have much workspace in the input area.
Yeah.
So like he couldn't. So in order to purify everything, you need 2 lead, 2 tin, 2 iron, 2 copper, which means you need to pull the molecule off twice, basically, and he didn't have enough space to store all that. So we needed to store stuff in the stack area. Yeah, he didn't properly use the storage inside the layout, so he needed a stack, as he says.
Rolamni
Ooh,
sent me a 3 instruction solution here. Here you go. It's just doing some bonding, debonding nonsense up there.
Okay. All right. Whee!
Okay.
Oh, he's got an adder up there. No,
No, that's
garbage
waste.
lead.
That's garbage.
That's oh, but that's the only. That's how you get from 4 to 3 instructions, though, is because every time you grab something, you have to get rid of it somehow. And since it's infinite output, you can't drop it out. So
You could keep building it somehow, but I'm not entirely sure how it would work.
you got to grab every input that comes in, and once you grab it, you can't let go of it unless you
But you
disappear
can
it.
purify it, though.
Well, right, but then you got to grab the purified thing, and now you got to
Oh, yeah,
drop.
then
Then you got to drop
yeah,
that somewhere.
somehow,
So
yeah.
like he could do better maybe if he purified the 2 tin into iron and then the 2 iron into copper, but like he's still running into the same issue.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and he's gonna conditional grab the stuff on the
Yeah,
end.
yeah. That's how this would work, yeah. Conditional grab that on the end. It debonds the iron off of it, and then it grabs that to not crash into it, and then it just moves it over to the outputs. Pretty cool. But yeah, it's kind of painful watching all this waste go to waste.
This for those at home, this would be a perfect instance of using cheat engine to speed stuff up, because like with that puny length instruction tape, alt clicking is slower than just letting
Yeah.
it run.
Yeah, all
Unless
clicking for this is not fun.
unless you got a auto clicker and just hold alt, start your auto clicker, but then like yeah, whatever.
Yep, we're almost there.
Home stretch. Yep. So these lead he's got doesn't matter. Yep, because of the dots. Ka-chow. Nice.
Yep. Mad Master sent me this solution.
Huh?
You'll see.
Oh! I love it. I love it. And it's a single D. It's a single debonder.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Just keeps going round and round.
Oh, I was waiting for the lead and the iron to just keep building up, but no, he's actually
Yeah, he actually gets purified.
he's using that for stuff.
Oh yeah, there is one of them that made 4 chains. Yeah, but yeah, this is the one that got sent to me. Boom. Nice. And I think this is our last showcase solution.
Ooh, 2 height.
Yes. It is possible to do this in 2 height. Yep.
Kind of straightforward, actually.
Yeah. Just purification and debonding. Just move all the copper and iron to one side and all the tin and lead to the other. Bam. Pretty cool. Alrighty.
Nice showcase, you Toby.
Oh, Hugh Toby. Ah.
Yep.
Right. So, in that case, it's time to essentially go and update all the scores. Current standings. Let's see here. So, Pentapig did not take first place. Rolomni did. This is actually Rolomni's first win of this tournament. And nice. For Kuog, it was Biggie Mac. So Biggie Mac is our second repeat winner. Yeah, congratulations, Biggie Mac, on being for taking first place, and congratulations for Rolomni on first place. In the two different categories. Thanks, everyone. This puzzle brought a lot more joy in the last 3 hours than the previous 30. Yeah. Yeah, apparently this puzzle, it's conflicting, I have to say. At the beginning, I really didn't think AGC was going to be all that exciting, but man, did some people pull off some magic for their 39 area solutions. Started the recycler coding at midnight. Yeah, alright. I'm gonna start importing the solutions. As is tradition, apparently. After I import these solutions will be the end of the stream, but before that I have to announce who the top 10 are. I'm gonna insert 2. Score results. Week 5, Kuog.
Winter's solution solve was Winter's area solve in Winter's solution solve was 39 area, right? Was it right after?
Are you kidding me? I can't even copy from fucking Excel if it's deactivated? This is annoying. Okay, time to use something else to open up my CSVs.
Winter, if your solution was 39 area like I remember it being, then you would have been top 8. Let's see, from first backwards was Rolomni, then Rolomni, Pentapig was in there, Biggie was 8th, Ginyu was 3rd. Yeah, Pentapig was... No, Ginyu was 2nd, Pentapig was 3rd.
Yeah, sad Windows noises.
Yeah. I think, yeah, Winter was 6th, I think.
Sort range, data has header row. Name A to Z. Sort. Alright, copy. Current standings. Paste. Values only.
Yeah, Matter Monkey, that order looks correct to me.
Why does it do this?
Like Canada is leaking. Oh, I'll have you know that I'm an American. I'm from...
What, did I say something? Oh. Good catch, yes. Yes, my Canada is leaking.
I got it.
Oh, man.
When I was teaching calculus at university as a student TA, every time I taught a new class, they instantly picked up I was from Minnesota. And I swear I don't have an accent, but they always figured it out. Oh, that's my brother. We all do.
Guilty bystander. It is your first entry into this tournament. Guilty bystander, Guzumi, Hutobi are here already, and Iceman. 012. Insert one below. Ginyu, Jojo, Kupioala. I'm missing some values. Mad Master. I think maybe. Oh no, I'm not. It's just the added spaces. Mutos. Monster Racer. M. Pete. That's a good point. I could cut my work in half, except I'm dumb and I choose not to. Very good point. Just let me be. I've gone this far. Alrighty, the other one is not Kuog, but AGC. Sort by name. There is a function that does this? I tried to look for one, but I couldn't find it, which is why I'm doing this manually. I know, I feel dumb, but it's not too much work, so I mean, it's okay. I can do this manually, and there's only like 3 weeks left. 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, there's only 4 weeks left, so it's not that bad. Week 5, AGC score. Alright, Calibri, font 10. Let's format all this properly.
Oh, yeah. I want to look this up. What was it? Just the one I made? No, this one.
Alright. Now, let's format these 2 columns correctly. Boom. Boom. And then bold the 2 10.0s. Congratulations. Now, Control A, no, it doesn't work. Okay. Sort range. Data has hetero, yes. Total score, Z to A. Bam. Alright. Alrighty. So, top 10. First place is still Pentapig. Pentapig did really well in week 5 metric A and B. Scored 9.722 on both of them. That's interesting. I guess that's because Pentapig got maximum primary metric on both of them, and he also got, I think, 3rd place on both of them, which makes sense. Second place, Ginyu. 3rd place, Biggie Mac. 4th place, Rolomni. 5th place, Mr. Puzzle. 6th place, Brother Mojo. 7th place, Goodbye Galaxy. 8th place, Matter Monkey. 9th place, Neuter. And 10th place, Jojo. There's 2 big jumps in terms of score. Well, kind of 3. So Pentapig, Ginyu, Biggie Mac, and Rolomni are all pretty close to each other in terms of placement. Pentapig is at 93.3 score. Ginyu's at 91. Biggie Mac is at 90.7. Rolomni is at 88.5, so he's a little bit further behind. After that, there's a big jump down to Mr. Puzzle at 81. And then there's a small jump down to Brother Mojo at 76. Brother Mojo, Goodbye Galaxy is are very close together. One's at 76.8 and the other is at 76.6. Matter Monkey is at 74.5. Neuchar is at 73.9. And Jojo is at 72.9. 11th place is Tweedledee, and that jumps down another 6 points to 66. So that's our leaderboards for this week. Yeah. All the new entrants are dropped from the total score column. Oh, whoops. Thanks for reminding me. I need to do that. Here we go. And let me just sort that again. It won't change the top placement. Here you go. New entrants should now be in properly. Yeah, it was unintentional. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm not streaming on the results. Yeah. That's okay. I'm not streaming on the results. That's intentional. What was unintentional was the total score not being calculated for all new entrants. That's just something that I forgot to do. So yeah, that is week 5. I'm gonna do a quick thing for week 6 because I can. So this is Rivari's Rage, and I just want to showcase what this is something that I really want to showcase because this is the main thing about week 6. There's a thing called double projection. What does that mean? It means that you can put when you put a Quicksilver on a glyph of projection overlap like this, and you move a atom on top of it, it can project twice in a single cycle. I am going to fill this with drop commands to see what's going on. A single cycle passes by and it can project instantly from copper to gold. And the reason why this happens is because the Quicksilver spawns in once at the beginning of the cycle, and then it spawns in again on the next cycle. And also, you can drag these around to have different behavior. So, if I have the bonder on top, it will project first, and nothing will bond to this until this is saturated. Whereas if it's the other way around, that will happen. Yeah, so beginning and end of the cycle are before and after movement. So it will project once before movement, and then once after movement. So here's a... So it's going to project once here, and you can notice that the second part of the second Quicksilver here, at the end of the cycle, gets bonded onto this sled. So yeah, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that you can do with overlap, specifically with Quicksilver projection. There's some very, very complicated things. I want to get this just kind of out there because a lot of people have not messed with overlap before, and this is like something completely new to them. And I just want to showcase this so that people can have something to look at. I'll highlight this on Twitch and posting it to YouTube so people can see this. Yes, so it is completely possible to use 2 Quicksilver per every single cycle. So yeah, I'm just showing you can do stuff like this. There's a lot of really, really crazy stuff you can do. So yeah. Please go and experiment.
Yep. Experiment with this. If you're not familiar with the crazy stuff you can do with overlap, there's a resource that was posted in the Discord a couple of times. I'm sure someone's going to post it again. That goes a lot more into the specifics about like the technical things about what happens behind the scenes and like why stuff gets double consumed and that sort of a thing. That would be a good read because that week 6 is going to be a classic purification problem, but with the added spiciness of, because we got overlap, we can do stuff that's usually not permitted. So we got new toys to play with. You'll want, Biggie posted the link in the chat.
It is just yeah. There's a lot of solutions in there, and there's some theory on it as well. I will definitely put that into. I'm definitely gonna put this into the video description. Very very good resource to use. Also, another interesting thing that you might be very interested in looking at is the overlap solution to Rivari's wheel, which is in there. Because Rivari's wheel is 1 lead input and 2 quicksilver inputs. Rivari's wheel is different in that the lead is also overlappable, and it is actually completely metal limited, because with 2 quicksilver inputs giving you 2 quicksilver every single cycle, you have excess quicksilver. It's not exactly the case in this puzzle. This puzzle, I can't say too much if what exactly is limited, because you are trying to solve for throughput here, so I have to be careful of what I say. But long story short, it's a complicated throughput calculation. Yeah, it's a very complicated throughput calculation. All I can really say is do the best you can. Yeah, sometimes theory, like whatever theoretically is plausible, isn't always possible. So don't be too bummed out if there's something that's like, oh, this should, like, theoretically this really should work, and but get something working first, and then optimize on that and see how far you can get. Don't shoot for the moon and then end up falling short.
Yeah.
Because even though you do have 2 weeks to work on this, this is not an easy, it is not an easy puzzle to optimize. It's very easy to solve poorly, which is kind of my shtick. But if you want to really get to maximum throughput, there's a lot of effort and optimization to go into this. Yeah, it is definitely mathy. Yeah,
Biggie posted another resource in the chat.
Okay. Yeah, I will also link that. Be careful with overlap or your scoreboard will get messed up. Yes, if you use overlap, please use hermit mode if you are doing this for the main campaign puzzles, because it can mess up histograms, and nobody likes bugged up histograms. And yeah.
Alternatively, you can create custom puzzles with the exact same inputs and outputs and dink around with all the overlap you want there.
Yeah, that's another thing you can do. Oh, and one more thing about week 6. It is not due in a week, aka it is not due Tuesday, February 2nd at midnight UTC. It is due, March 2nd UTC. It is due March 9th. There are 2 weeks to work on this. This is 1 week more than normal, and it is because people are getting burned out, and I've decided to put a break in the middle of this. And yeah, the second metric for this is area, and that is just, yeah,
straight up area cycles gold.
Yep. There's a bunch of rules in the document, so please look at the document. I am actually considering, I actually do have a problem. The problem is I don't actually have a way to sort through people's solutions to figure out what their best throughput is.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I was thinking about either asking people to put in glyphs of equilibrium, or for them to tell me what or what their or just to tell me what their throughput is, and I'll just have to keep track of the documents manually. Yeah, so week 6 is not going to be easy on me either. So
thank goodness for that extra time.
in the puzzle title, maybe.
Yeah, because the issue with using equilibrium is, isn't area one of the secondaries?
Yeah, that is a problem. Yeah, either puzzle title or solution title. That makes more sense. Puzzle title, the solution title I can actually parse. So that's actually something really nice.
Yeah.
Week 7 comes out in 10 days. Yes.
Yeah, you could probably define some kind of format, like make sure when you submit the score in the solution that it's like left bracket number, colon number, right bracket, or something like that.
If you make one
easier to spot.
I'm actually gonna. Your throughput is okay. So throughput is outputs per cycle.
Normally throughput is outputs per cycle numbers.
Yeah, which is but the thing is you're trying to maximize this number instead of minimize, which is a little bit different. For the actual score that I'm actually going to be calculating for throughput, it's going to be the inverse of that. So yeah, it is going to be average period between outputs as cycles goes to infinity.
Yeah, so for your hypothetical numbers, Goodbye Galaxy, your metric score would be 15 divided by 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so for the actual metric score calculation, it's going to be the inverse. It's going to be the average period between outputs as cycles goes to infinity.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, Biggie Mac is saying, so when I did it, it was number of cycles per number of outputs in the limit and a positive number greater than 1 that you want to minimize. Yeah, so that's how it's going to be done. Yeah, I need to decide and figure out how I want people to actually be able to make their solutions parsable. The problem is, I already have some solutions. Let me take a look at how many week 6 solutions I have. I have 2 from Biggie, a whole bunch from Chickens in the Attic. What are you doing? 1 from Ginyu, 1 from Neutre, a bunch from Omen GA, it's Abyss, and a bunch from Voidify. Think you misread Biggie's post? Yeah, if I do number of cycles divided by the number of outputs in the limit, that's essentially the average period of your outputs, and that's a number that you want to minimize because that means faster and therefore more throughput.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at my scripts, and I'll figure out a thing. I'll announce it shortly afterwards, but yeah, I'm gonna be adding something probably to make the solutions parsable, because otherwise it just it makes things a lot easier on me. I try to think about something earlier, but I couldn't figure out until I'll think of something. All right. Thanks everyone for watching. I know a lot of you have left already. That's okay. So yeah, I'll probably cut this part out from week 5. I'll probably just leave it in the week 5 results video, and I'll snip out the week 6 introduction part for the for a short video to show to the Discord to share about what to do. All right. Thanks everyone for watching. Thank you, Mr. Puzzle, for coming on to commentate.
Thanks for letting me come on. I can do this again if you want.
Yeah. In 2 weeks, it's gonna be week 6. Week 6 is not gonna be it's gonna be hard to commentate, so I will probably need all the help I can get.
Oh, that's right. And we found that pivot bug.
Oh, yes.
Biggie wasn't here for that. Bring that up. Biggie, you gotta see this. This is some shit.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's not going to be as visible with this.
Okay, but... right. Okay, let's go back to the just calm before the storm. I'll just make a new solution.
Oh,
Shadow Cluster did share in the past?
That's the first. This is the first time I heard of it. Oh, it's what we have feared. Not useful.
Yeah, this pivot bug.
Wild.
Yeah, we had quite some time.
If we can get modding to work, I want to put in some like metal screeching noises and sparks flying everywhere. You can do it, but
anyway, yeah. Yep.